Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Hard West. In the previous episode, we started the Scars of Liberty DLC, where we are unable to make any gameplay modifications. Yay! Which means we gotta deal with some of the BS, like reaction shots. Oh well. Oh, where was I? Ah, right. So, after having completed the duel at this location, we are going to want to head for the Rich House. I was called to tend to a severe case of gout affecting a wealthy rancher. The man was so delirious with pain he barely knew I was there. We're going to want to make the choice to collect some ether. He was so far gone, I decided that rather than treat his gout, I would simply extract some ether from him. Though I knew it would be ineffective, I bled him, collecting his fluids to make more ether. I charged his family a modest fee for the service. After that, we're going to want to drop by the general store. The small array of tents and a single wooden building looked like a mirage in the middle of the Badlands. The sign read, Nico's General Goods. The store was run by a gentleman in round glasses and a black duster coat. The man said if I took part in a little test of his, he'd give me a 20% discount. You're gonna want to take this. I took the deal. Without a word, he held forth a single jelly bean in each hand. He said one was orange flavored and the other was blueberry. He said I could pick one. In this instance, we're going to want to pick the orange pill. I'm unable to determine the ingredients that constituted these jelly beans, but I had passed out for a quarter of an hour. As you can imagine, I was less than satisfied, but the peculiar man kept his promise of a 20% discount on all his wares. He said he would also sell me a unique pistol from his collection. Okay then, well, we're going to want to trade, and we're going to want to sell off our 1/4 pounder pistol, the two 10-gauge double shotguns, and a Remy Borgen rifle. And we're also going to want to buy up the Fitzpatrick revolver that just became available to us. A unique revolver loaded with powerful rifle rounds that can pierce any obstacle. Nice. And we're, of course, also going to take a little cash for our troubles. Okay, now that that's taken care of, we're going to want to return to the morgue and buy the sharpshooter's eye. That's a sharpshooter's arm. I returned to the morgue and Vincent greeted me with a nod. And a fortune, because I want to show off all of these, even though I'm not going to buy all of them. The digits of a master craftsman and prospector. Very handy indeed. That gets us scavenger. Bull's heart gets us vengeance. The bovine cardiovascular is vastly superior to that of a human. The lucky lung. This lung was miraculously saved from a horrible accident. It must carry some power. It gives us the smell blood ability. And the sharpshooter's arm. Steady aim and feats of sharpshooting are now within your reach. That gets us artery shot. We're going to take this. And of course we're going to pay ether for it, because we have no choice. Then, we're not going to bother healing Phineas's decay. He'll be able to survive it, hopefully, despite the huge debuffs. But before we do that, we're actually going to want to go into our screen and equip Phineas with the navy gun, the musket, and the dried healing herbs. Then once we do that, we're going to head for the laboratory and choose to play Hephaestus. I returned to my laboratory in the graveyard. You were still stable. I was ready to perform surgery. The singular property of ether is that it allows useful pieces of the deceased to be reused in living humans. Do you remember that poor devil, Somerset, whom you freed during your escape? His cancerous growth seemed to give him unique powers. Naturally, I extracted it and saved for your rebirth. Your former slave masters were content exploiting you for menial quarry work. What a pathetic band of ignorance. I could see that your leadership and determination gave you the potential to become a superior human being. But compared with an average human, your physical strength was adequate at best. But what about compared to an average tiger? Shattered arms? Off with them. Failing heart? Replace it with a bull's kidneys. No, replace it with a bull's. Kidneys? Why stop at 2? I worked all day, and it all came together in a truly divine way.
You were already an incredible specimen. Your surgeries made you something even more.
Even more what? Your surgeries made me a monster. You only wanted me for your sick fantasies. And after you had your fun, you sent those thugs to kill me.
Okay, then. We're gonna want to give Liberty... Strange. It says we're supposed to give her a Navy gun, but we already gave... Oh, wait, there it is. Strange, I didn't notice it earlier. And we're also going to want to give her the Fitzpatrick revolver and a healing elixir. For Phineas, we're also going to want to give him a Mandrake root, on top of what we already equipped him with. For Grafts... Let's see. Oh, what's this? Tumor, Shadow Kill, ravage an enemy not protected by sunlight. Weird. For Grafts, we're going to want to give Liberty... Liberty's Eye, which gives her Ricochet. We're going to a Tumor, which you'd kind of think you wouldn't want to give to someone. And as for Phineas, we're going to want to give him the Marshal's Stomach. And the Sharpshooter's Arm. Strange, they're not organized in the way they typically would be. Ah, well, doesn't matter. This compatible tissues. This combination of tissues seems to produce fewer signs of rejection, reduces decay buildup, +4 movement, +10 max luck. Well, that's going to be useful. Alright, without further ado, let us proceed. It was a rude awakening, if I'd ever had one.
When I woke up, the pain was blinding, and my hands.
Yes, your hands were quite mangled in the fall, but in any case, your new ones are far superior.
Superior? These are Fred Glass's hands, you bastard.
Yeah, that's a pretty bastard thing to do.
Your armed goons were closing in, but I don't die easy.
Liberty and Phineas must survive, but where the hell's Phineas? Really? Only 48% chance? Yeah, and he's got a reaction shot ready to hit me. Yeah, I should have taken cover behind here first. Well. Yeah, he hit me. But I got some payback.
The gunfire woke up Phineas, your other freak.
Okay, so we got Phineas now. Yeah, only a 60% chance. I attribute that to his, well, decay. I wonder. Bounce, bounce. Nope, wall's in the way. Well, may as well reload. And Phineas is going to be our primary movement, because he needs to get that door open. I could have sworn the Navy gun did 5 damage. Nobody she can hit, though, with this. Oh, this is going to be one of those missions where I get killed by somebody I couldn't see. Like the last one.
When I woke up, the pain was blinding, and my hands.
Yes, your hands were quite mangled in the fall, but in any case, your new ones are far superior.
Superior? These are Fred Glass's hands, you bastard. Your armed goons were closing in, but I don't die easy.
Okay, good. Yeah, the Navy gun does do 5.
The gunfire woke up Phineas. You're up?
Oh, the terminal decay. That's why.
The freak.
Okay. Game recommends taking cover in the church with Phineas, as she calls him. And using Liberty to scout the courtyard. Shame I can't get a ricochet off. So be it, I'll reload. Unless, can I get a shadow kill? Hey, yes, I
I
can.
was locked in, but no lock ever stopped me for long.
It's only going to do 1 damage, and he's the only one I can hit. So just keep your head down, Phineas. No luck. Great. Then there's no regenerating luck, so the only way to get it back is by getting hit, which I can't afford to do with Phineas. Greater chance, but it ain't gonna kill him. But I got him anyways. I think I might be better off keeping Phineas in the back and having him clear out the courtyard from here. Yep, Phineas is the only one who can get there. That's how I get these doors unlocked. Not hearing anyone. Did I book it? And a whole lot of good cover. I'm also not seeing anyone, and if I don't make some progress soon, well, I'm not going to get anywhere at all. Let's just move 1 point at a time. Yep, there's somebody. I can't hit them from here. Unless I can pull off something. Oh, right. Insufficient luck. Well, at least our luck is drained. Okay. I'm gonna pause the video here and I'll get back to you guys once I've rescued Liberty. Okay, think I've finally managed to pull it off this time. Kip Phineas, as apparently he is called.
Luckily, Phineas had the key and let me out. We need to get away. No witnesses. We figured we could buy some time if we made a few false tracks.
Where was I? Oh, right. Decided to keep Liberty up here, use her to get most of the kills for these guys. For some reason, there's this one guy who, just does not do anything for whatever reason. If anybody is injured, well, we can use the ether downstairs to heal them. Only one who's injured is Liberty, and that's just 1 point of damage. How do we get into this downstairs? Oh, that's where. Alright, well, Phineas. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Phineas. Just sounds better to me. Gonna have you move downstairs so that Liberty has a free and clear path to get moving. That didn't take long.
Whatever was in that tank, it kicked like a mule.
Alright, now we're going to want to head through this graveyard to get to the... Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. Where was I? Oh, right, we're going to want to head through the eastern graveyard in order to get to this side objective to delay the pursuit, which I can only imagine will help us in the long run. I know where one enemy is, or at least where he was. Can't say for certain about the other two. Okay, so it won't let him use it, so that doesn't take care of his decay. I'm just gonna hold off here. Alright, they're not rushing at us. I got no clue where they're hiding. I imagine the rest of them are probably the ones hiding out in the western graveyard. Or the one where that one guy was. Yeah, I can't wait to take care of this decay for Phineas. Aha! I see you.
After that, I knew we wouldn't be followed.
Hearing movement from the left. But I'm not seeing anyone. Might be better to just let them come to us. Which I was right about. Let's see if I can't move a little closer to increase my chances. Okay, Phineas, I'm gonna need you to make this shot. Please?
You saw how I handled myself in the quarry. What made you think you'd be able to kill me?
If I were trying to kill you, why would I send Phineas to help you?
He was your victim, same as me. Even without him talking none, we had an understanding.
Okay, after multiple retries, we finally got through that one. Just goes to show I need to be a lot more careful. The most people don't know what... Yeah, that's just the generic stuff. So there we was, in the middle of the night with a pile of dead bodies. Phineas didn't seem bothered one bit. He piled them corpses up and collected the blood in buckets like he was tending a garden. I didn't understand all that goo stuff back then. You know, the ether. But after that, every time we bested an enemy, we'd collect their blood to make ether with it. Phineas made it clear that there were some things in the lab he wanted to take. We're going to want to gather his instruments. We'll get more rewards if we do that. He searched around the building methodically and picked up some trinkets as was lying around. We lost a bit of time, but I figured that stuff could come in handy later on. I asked whether he had any safe place to go. He did. Yeah, we've got some new body parts available in the morgue. Okay, time for the beginning of the first act, because apparently this scenario is somewhat lengthy. Because all that was just the prologue. Okay, then. Alright, let's head for the Gorman house, because it's technically the only place available to us to progress the story. Phineas led me to a fine-looking but neglected ranch. I told him I didn't like the look of the place, but he assured me it would be okay. I had no idea who you were, and I certainly didn't realize it was your family home. So, if we choose the first option, approaching from the front room for the back entrance, Phineas will suffer a random injury. If we choose the second one, Phineas will be inflicted by a disease that inflicts -4 movement. Oh boy! Go for the back. Angled foot. Walking up on the house was a big mistake. We barely got past the gate when a bunch of gray-clad folk came out from behind the corner. It was the home guard. They started shooting at us. We ran, but they still got us. That's when it finally dawned on me. We had to steer clear of not just the law, but people in general. We weren't just runaways. We'd killed some white folk. Plus, we looked like a couple of goddamn revenants. When we lost them in the tall grass, Phineas looked lost. But I knew what to do.
Furious. I swore I killed a sumbitch that did this to me.
Didn't Phineas tell you about me? About my intentions?
Oh, he wrote out a whole pretty story. Too bad I can't read.
Yeah, probably something you should have made sure of. Like, I don't know, send somebody who could talk. Oh, boy. Okay, well, first things first. We're going to want to equip Liberty with the ear necklace and head for the Buffalo Cave. Why we need to equip her with this, I have no idea. Buffalo Cave it is. We came across a swath of ground covered with buffalo tracks. I couldn't believe it. Folks said the buffalo had been wiped out around here, so we followed them. The tracks led to a large cave in the side of a mountain. Buffalo tracks going into a cave was strange enough. With that many, we headed in. Inside the cave, we found a giant statue made of green stone that glowed in the dark. It had 2 gems for eyes, and you could hear a whistle. Or maybe that was the bats. I touched the statue. Images flashed before my eyes, and I didn't know where I was. I saw a giant herd of buffalo being hunted by a gaggle of white folk. But they didn't kill the animals. They captured them and took them to the masked fellas who collected their blood. Just like Phineas did with that goo tool of his. And I saw something else. People gunning down the hustlers and the doctors alike. Finally, the vision vanished. And there we were, standing in front of that strange, glowing figure. For some reason, I put what I was wearing on my neck around the statue's neck. That's the choice you want to make with the ear necklace, which will turn into a blood talisman. A really useful talisman, theoretically, which whoever has less max HP, gee, I wonder who that is. Can't say why I did it, but when I came back to pick it up, it was something completely different. It's time to go. Let's see. 3 HP, 7 HP, wonder who I should give this to. Max HP is gonna kill me. Okay, after that, we're gonna want to head for the mountain pass. After we spotted another home guard patrol, we decided to take the longer way around through a mountain pass. It was slowly getting dark. Now, whatever choice is based on your risk-reward ratio. If we take the first option, it takes longer to complete, but it won't have any side effects, whereas picking the second option will afflict both Liberty and Phineas with a random injury. Regardless of which one we choose, we're going to have to end. At the end, we get a new graft, Sasquatch Tea. Injuries are bad enough. I woke up suddenly. It was pitch black. I could hear the faint noise of someone walking in the snow. Footsteps were making their way around the camp. Snow in this area? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised with where I live. I jumped to my feet, kicked Phineas to wake him up, and headed in the direction of the noises. Whoever it was started running. Naturally, we gave chase. We finally caught up with our stalker deep in the forest. First, we thought we were in the middle of what looked like a giant bear den. Except there weren't no bear, no siree. Instead, there was a giant ape pounding around, looking like to kill us. Put a bullet between its eyes. The old Sasquatch. I looked around the den while Phineas removed the creature's massive head. Among the human remains scattered in the den, I found pieces of another mask, like the one the attackers had. I also found a letter. According to Phineas, it was some mean-ass gunslingers, John and Luke, the evangelists, who were trying to track them down. I took a shine to those two right away. John and Luke, 2 of the evangelists that we encountered on Hell as It Is on Earth. Well, we didn't encounter them. We encountered their graves. We returned to the road. So that gives us a general idea of where this is, or when this is. Okay, now let's get through one last event. We're going to want to equip Liberty with the pepper box, and I'm going to take off the Fitzpatrick revolver just in case. And we're going to want to head for the hideaway. We were trudging through a rocky valley, trying to avoid a slaver posse on the road, when we came to a small hut behind a large boulder. We approached it slowly, guns ready. Suddenly the doors flew open and a man jumped out and tackled me. I landed a fist in his face and pushed him off. When I got up, I saw he was dressed like a cowboy, but was wearing Confederate boots with gleaming silver spurs. We understood that he was a deserter. He looked at us a minute while he caught his breath, then he laughed grimly and said he figured we was all running for the same reasons. Said we looked like we'd been cut on by those masked madmen. Told us he was done working for them. I told him we were on our way to pay them back for what they'd done. He said if we could spare a gun or some liquor, he'd be happy to tell us what he knew. Keep him the pepper box. He told it, and in exchange, handed me a piece of paper. Said it was some masked doctor documents that might come in handy. He told us about a train that did regular deliveries for the masked doctors. He pointed to a train yard and said we could get the jump on them there. Business concluded. We were on our way. And with that, we have come to an end for this episode. I was kind of hoping we'd get further in the story, but unfortunately, that mission and having to deal with Phineas's decay were, well, not making it easy. But anyways, with that, we have come to an end for this episode. If you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I upload, or to hit the straw poll link to vote for our next Let's Play. And please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.